So we all need love sometimes, right? Ceramides are skin's own way to show love to cells. It's cellular hugs, cellular caresses. Ooh, this is getting sassy. Welcome skincare people, welcome back to TheAgeTraveller, the series Perfect Formula, where we try to swim the ocean of ingredients and find a logic, a filter. So these videos are probably helpful to you if you are into skincare and you've been hearing so many different voices, but you would like to understand what is that the skin wanted before all this marketing. So basically, if you want to go closer to the skin and to what the skin wants when it comes to ceramides, we should understand that ceramides are lipids which coat around the space in between the cells. So talking about lipids, first thing, they have nothing to do with sebum. Sebum, it's a fatty element that travels across from sebaceous glands through follicles, pores. Why is it so difficult to say pores? Why these YouTubers say follicles? Yes, pores. So sebum, it's a total different story in our skin. Ceramides are intercellular, so they are not exactly on the skin surface. They occur in the epidermis and in many other cells and other parts of our body, but we are only here talking about skincare. I'm always coming back to my perfect formula pyramid, where in previous videos we have established already the basis, and now we are talking about the core. There is a video on niacinamide, vitamin C, and ceramides are the third of the core elements that we will share information about. Because I'm going to tell you something very important, very, very important, and I'm very convinced about this. Without a proper barrier function, it will be very, very hard for any of those most transforming ingredients like retinol, enzymes, peptides, the glycolic acids of the world. I mean, all these ingredients which are very transformative, they cannot really have the perfect performance, because the moment skin feels, understands that the barrier function is compromised, the skin is panicking. Everything the skin is doing is to try to reestablish, come back to that peaceful barrier. Think that the essence of skin is basically to be a barrier. So when we talk about barrier function for an organ which is meant to be a barrier, this is quintessential. We cannot separate the barrier function. Therefore, we cannot separate ceramides and other elements which compose this barrier. Understanding these things, it's an exercise for intelligent people and people who spend time learning about skin. More time learning about skin than learning about ingredients. Or then take time to learn about all-in-one and both things. So in my eyes, ceramides are kind of a skincare hack, because what skin is doing when the barrier function is solidified is having a peaceful and a happy life. So to keep inflammatory triggers at bay, those that come from lifestyle, that come from UV exposure, those who come from life, come from the world we live in and the world we have inside, all those triggers will have a shield harder to penetrate the more the skin barrier, even if they are not physical. So this is interesting, because we're not saying that the barrier against those triggers, it's always physical. It's almost the emotional barrier of a skin which is not in a pro-inflammatory state. Ceramides don't physically connect the cells. That's the role of desmosomes. So ceramides are more of a glue in between the cells, which allow that movement and that traction and allow migration of cells which are always walking to their death. Sometimes in the inky lists, you will see ceramides together with numbers. Yes, this is not like the Euromillions. It's just the fact that there are 9 different types of ceramides. I don't think you should waste too much time on that, investigate too much time on that, because this is going to lead you nowhere. And when you see those numbers, the most interesting thing is to know that the best ceramides are actually lab-built ceramides created by scientists to be the more mirroring, the more biomimetic possible, so they can be allowed to enter the skin without any rejection and any reaction from immunity, etc. So this is a very good example of something I have been implying here and there when I have an opportunity to try to detox the mind from this idea that natural is always better. Very often when we go the skin identical route and we really want to intervene biological in our skin, we need a little bit of science. Even if the base, the raw materials might be natural, we need science to work it out, to cook it a little bit. And that's the science and the art of skincare, which is not only a science, it's also an art. So there are cofactors which can also in skincare and in our skin metabolism help that natural production of ceramides. So ceramides don't need to always be placed back in the skin as this video is talking about. Ceramides can also, with a lot of success, boosting the cofactors, be activated. So the number one being niacinamide. I'm linking here the recent video with the beauty swans and the ugly ducklings, a video I believe you should watch, where I mentioned already that niacinamide, it's one of the leading, so vitamin B3 cofactors to produce more ceramides. Urea would be another one, so another substance naturally occurring in the skin. So skincare products, and here we really talk more about drier skin conditions or skins which have lost the skin barrier function and you want to re-establish that barrier function. Urea will be essential. Another one would be lactic acid, which is my favorite AHA. Reason for being my favorite, exactly being the only skin occurring AHA. You know that all AHAs, glycolic acid, which I also like very much, and which Swissline, my brand, we integrate also in specific products. But it's an alien to human skin, but not lactic acid. Lactic acid is naturally produced by the skin, and it's the only of the AHAs which not only has this soft micro exfoliating action, but it can also activate more synthesis of ceramides. So it's the only, in my eyes, exfoliating element which at the same time makes the full circle to help out strengthening the barrier, working as a humectant, working as a co-hydrator. I want to share with you my favorite products, tested products with ceramides. And I said in the beginning of the video, well, I don't know, I will edit a little bit the video. I hope I keep that part, because I said ceramides was a little bit autobiographical, because the leading brand which represents ceramides for the industry is Elizabeth Arden, and this is one of the first brands in my 20s. I was working in education and training, so I'm just putting up the famous ceramide capsules, both for face and eyes. These are capsules who have had different generations. Actually, today we also have Elizabeth Arden has 3 variations containing retinol, vitamin C, hyaluronic acid. They are all interesting products. I actually like better the more recent ones. My Swissline take on ceramides, it's the recovery serum. I have mentioned recovery serum before. I mentioned it about inflammation. I mentioned about NMF, about ATP. So the recovery serum, it's this baby loved child, which it's a milky serum that you only need 2-3 drops of the serum. You can apply it before your skincare, or you can even mix it in your moisturizer day and night, and use it for moments where you need recovery, moments where skin is more stressed and you need more intensive treatment. SKINCEUTICALS, a fantastic moisturizer which is combining the 3 barrier function elements I mentioned before. So you have ceramides, cholesterol, and the fatty acids. I would say here another solution more geared towards dry skin, and I would not say the best option for oily skin. Kate Somerville, a brand I have not mentioned before, which has very good AHA, very good peeling products, and it's also very strong, I would say, in this barrier rebuild with delicate. You have a serum, you have cream, and all these products combined are also a very, very good way, which I would say, according to the textures here, then we open up to all skin types, including oily skin. And because all products I've been mentioning are a little bit on the higher side when it comes to prices, I also want to leave you with a more affordable option which will serve all skin conditions, including combination and oily skin. It will be great for dry skin, in this case always with a richer texture on top because it's quite of a lightweight. So KRAVE Beauty, a brand I've mentioned before, my favorite K-beauty brand. I'm not the #1 K-beauty fan, but of course in terms of textures I am when it comes to SPF, but when it comes to day creams, serums, moisturizers, maybe I'm too old for that. But I think KRAVE Beauty, it will be my exception. I will probably cover all their products in the different categories, and the Great Barrier Relief, it's a serum which I would say it's one of the most balanced, ceramide, very rich formulations I've ever tried. And then please don't be mad at me that I close again with my brand, with my beloved iZone Age Intelligence iZone Booster, which is a combination of ceramides together with 2% pure caffeine. So this is a iZone Booster, so a product you combine with eye care. If you are younger skin, maybe it's enough. If you are more of a mature skin as me, you have to use it together with a moisturizer for your eyes, a specific eye cream or any other moisturizer which you use around your eyes in case you don't use a specific eye cream. I want to shoot a video about that polemic if you need an eye cream. But before I say where I stand, should you need or not an eye cream, I would say you need an iZone Booster. 2% caffeine, the ceramides. So from time to time when I'm in good mood or when my tie is so beautiful as this video, I will say that if you write me to TheAgeTraveller, leave a nice comment on the bottom, you can get one iZone. I mean, one of you, maybe two of you. Okay, 2 iZone boosters this time because I'm in a good mood. This feels a little bit like a guy at a market, at a Luna Park, announcing who is the winner and so on and so forth. But I don't mind. I like to play the role of the witch and the role a little bit of the showman and the pony and dog. So this is it before the pony and dog show gets worse, even though I still have to show you my tie and my shirt, because for the first time, and I'm putting the picture now, I have a tie and a shirt which are matching. This is a beloved Paul Smith thing 7 years ago or 8 years ago, I don't know. You see, I'm a very good housekeeper because I keep my clothes in good condition. After 8 years, it's all still perfect. Maybe I use my skincare on my clothes. Well, enough is enough. Take care, see you next video, and say no to boring skincare always. All said and done, ceramides, love and hugs, and click subscribe, etc., etc. You know the drill.